had lost to the Texans, which makes it even worse, is Dallas dropped to 0-5 at home and is the first team in NFL history to trail by at least 20 points in 6 consecutive games, including last season's wildcard playoff loss to Green Bay. But Micah Parsons still high on his squad. Micah, talk to me.
I'm going to put this out there. We're a damn good football team. I know the scores ain't showing it, and I know obviously people feel like we got so many missing pieces, but I just truly believe like you almost got to go to things like the things that we messing up on. Like I think our defense is really turning things around. Like up until that last quarter when they got that touchdown defense, we only really gave up those 2 touchdowns in that first quarter. But other than that, we gave up 6 points in the other 2 quarters.
All right. Hey, team. Stephen A., I'm coming right to you.
Yeah.
Do you believe Micah believes this?
He might, but that just shows how ignorant he is. I have to say that. Ladies and gentlemen, Micah Parsons, listen, football players is a very violent sport. One play can end your career. Micah Parsons has a podcast, and obviously he has aspirations for making some noise in that stratosphere. That is the kind of stuff that will ruin it. Because that's just an asinine statement on his part. Makes absolutely no sense. You can't run the football. You can't stop the run. You can't defend the pass. Defensively, you've been horrid. Offensively, you got one receiver, okay? You got a quarterback in Dak Prescott that ain't even in the lineup, and when he was in, they were still stinking so bad, by the way, that he was caught on camera saying we stink, and that's not the word he used. Yet Micah Parsons would come out in public and on a public platform and say one of the most asinine statements that I've ever heard come out of his mouth. We're a good team. What happened to Bill Parcells? You are what your record says you are. What happened to other coaches and other players that sit up there and talk about the bottom line? The bottom line is the Dallas Cowboys are a losing team. They're on a fast track to nowhere. You've got an owner who's the president, who's the GM. That I think that we need his family members need to get involved. You know, I brought this up yesterday. I compared it to what I said about President Joe Biden. Nothing but respect, but damn it, when you see slippage, you see slippage, okay? When I listen to Jerry say some of the things that he has been saying, which has made no sense whatsoever. I mean, we put it up on a big screen. We put it up on a big screen for Jerry to see, and then we read it. We had Molly read the quote over, and then we went like this. Does anybody understand what the hell that meant or what he is saying? So we got an owner, a president, and a GM that we don't understand what the hell they're saying. We got a team that we don't understand how the hell they look, other than awful. And then we got a star linebacker that's coming out there on his podcast and saying something like this that is not reminiscent of anything that he himself, with his greatness, has personified on the football field. It's an asinine statement that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Mike Parsons.
What can I add there? Stephen hit it right on the head. I mean, they scored twice on the first drive of the game. I mean, they had the penalty, something that Saturday would do, the ineligible offensive lineman. They had the penalty, and then they score right down the field. Nixon goes 40-something yards. And Houston had been playing terribly before this game. So Dallas is, and thank God Houston won. I got him at 9.5. I needed a W this season. And I was worried about him after they lost the Detroit game. So thank God that they caught the Cowboys at the perfect time. I have no idea what Parsons is saying. Maybe he's a little gun shy about the week before when he got in trouble with it. So now he's trying to go the other way. Maybe that's got something to do with it.
So here's the thing. Love Micah Parsons, the player. I think it's asinine to talk about trading him. I think he's one of those foundational pieces that should be
I agree with that.
So do I.
Someone needs to cut his mic now. Because when he is talking about we are a really good team, not just for the final score of that game, but when you have Texans